Thank you, Ming, for your presentation on NightLab Timeline.js. We now turn to StoryMapJS. StoryMapJS is a free tool to support online storytelling that highlights locations and a series of events. It enables you to develop slides for each location in your story. There are similar requirements for StoryMap as there are for Timeline. StoryMapJS has its own authoring tool through Google, which is what I used for the development of the Ojojowa Community Dialogues project. It's possible to use StoryMap without a Google account, but editing is a different process. If you prefer not to use a Google account, NightLab has information about how to do so in their StoryMap for Technical Users page. We have a link included in the pressbook for this workshop. However, in this workshop, we'll use the authoring tool through Google. StoryMapJS also uses JSON data. Complete details on the JSON syntax for StoryMapJS are also available in the pressbook and on the StoryMap website. From the outset, I suggested a map to track the tour of the Ojojowa traveling exhibit. After reviewing a range of Scalar projects, as well as the third-party applications suggested by the Alliance for Networking Visual Culture, I decided on the StoryMapJS. StoryMapJS supports the development of relationships between images and locations. The platform can use media on Twitter, Flickr, YouTube, Vimeo, Google Maps, Wikimedia, and Wikipedia, and more. We developed collaborative content for our StoryMap. CSiW project coordinator Véronique Bourget, Aaron Cohen of the Canadian Museum for Human Rights, and CSiW project partners such as Diana Ajok of Refugee Law Project documented events associated with the Ojojowa exhibits, developing a range of digital media for us to draw from for the project. We reviewed photographs, audio recordings, and other media and experimented with them to learn which related best with the tool. After our experimenting, we decided to focus on location to give a sense of place for each spot the exhibit toured. In some cases, such as the Uganda National Museum, the original media we had access to focused on the interior of the building and pictures of people interacting with the exhibit. In those cases, we sought open media files on Wikimedia Commons to get a sense of the exterior of the building. It is recommended that designers use 20 slides for their StoryMap project, that users base their StoryMap on stories that have strong location narratives, and that each event is part of a larger narrative. This can be an excellent way to document something ongoing, like the Ojojowa traveling exhibit, but it can also be a new and interesting way of visualizing histories. Also, there is potential to develop videos of your StoryMap through screen recording. Together with our selected media content and location information, we drew from textual sources to develop place-based captions for each location. For example, we reviewed Gilbert Nuagira's active history post titled Resuscitating Histories, Some Reflections on the Ojojowa Exhibit and Experience on the Ojojowa launch in Uganda. And with his permission, we integrated his statements regarding the National Memory and Peace Documentation Center's methods and broader goals on the Kitgum slide that discusses the Ojojowa exhibit's event in Kitgum. We also drew from collaborative original content we developed with Grace Achan and Evelyn Amone, such as what is featured on the slide discussing the Gulu event, where Grace and Evelyn presented the exhibit to their community. Through the process of developing this workshop, I found that there are about 6 steps to developing a StoryMapJS. The first is simply to sign in to your Google accounts through the StoryMap page, which we'll show soon in the next slide. The next is to create. The third step is the homepage and display. The fourth is media and text. The fifth is locations. And the sixth step is publish and share. So starting with step 1, which is the easiest step, simply click Make a Story Map once you have arrived onto the StoryMap website, and you click Make a Story Map and then sign in with Google. After you have signed in, we move to step 2, which is Create. After you've logged in with your Google account, you click New on the tab that pops up. Then make a title and click Create. After you click Create, you should be directed to the first slide of your story map. Then we move to step 3, the home page and display. This slide is important. This is the home page of your map, and it's the first page that viewers will see. Your entire map will be visible from your home page. Select your display preferences. You can do so by clicking the Options button on the top left corner. The display and sharing tabs should appear. You can choose the size of your story map, its language, font, whether it is treated as cartography or an image, the call to action, and the map type. The map type can also be set to custom or a map box with a URL. The visual style of the map can be changed using the presets or through Mapbox, where you can create your own style. I used a preset version. There are a lot of customizable options, even in the preset versions. Moving to step 4, media and text. Now that you've selected your display preferences, you can add media and text to your home page. You can use an URL of an image you'd like to feature here. But if the URL changes or the media is taken down by its owner, it will disappear. So to avoid that, you can upload an image onto the story map directly if it's the right size. For this workshop, we'll use URLs from Wikimedia Commons. Wikimedia Commons usually includes description and credit information in the media file summary. Information is also available when you click Use this file, which is what is on this slide right now. Now you can add a caption. You can write your own or use the description in the summary, then add your headline and the text for your homepage. You're able to bold and italicize text in the text box, as well as edit HTML and links to the text, and choose the slide background. You can click Save on the top left corner. Step 5, locations. Click the plus Add Slide button. It's on the left-hand side of the page. This is the first discrete location on your map. In general, the process for this slide is the same as the first. The main difference is that you have to add a location and that you can customize your marker options. In some well-charted areas, it is simple to find your desired location by doing a text search for the name or address of the location. For example, the Canadian Museum for Human Rights was easy to locate using the story map search feature. In other cases, more research may be involved for a best estimation of latitude and longitude. A tip: if you're struggling to find a location, sometimes Wikimedia Commons can help. For example, in this slide from the Beijing Conference Center, where the site, which was the site of the 1995 Fourth World Conference on Women, the Wikimedia Commons entry includes the camera location for the site. You can click the camera location and it will take you to the second window in this slide, which is a GeoHack site. You can use the decimal version of the latitude and longitude and add lat in front of the first decimal number and lon on the second. Step number 6. This is the final step. If you would like to see how the slide will appear to viewers, you can click the preview option on your story map page where you're editing it. If you like how it looks, Click Save. Now continue adding slides and follow the same process. When you're finished, click Share. If you'd like to see the finished map, you can actually paste the URL into a new browser.